Fantastic. We're live. Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday, time for giving ourselves this self-care time. And I hope that origami is just a really lovely, practical way of giving yourself a complete break. And it requires so much concentration, you can't think about anything else. That's its beauty. But also, I think, Eric, fantastic to have you here. Excellent. Oh, I don't know why there wasn't a notification. I didn't share a link until quite late, so maybe that's why. Welcome, Melvin, as well. Lovely to have you here. Yes, fix ready. Excellent. Yes, I was just saying, Jess, welcome. Fantastic. This is going to be a really exciting one, Stephen. I feel the group is around the table. You're gathering, and that's lovely, isn't it? We've all been there, so supportive over such a long period of time. Barbara, hello, and it's really early, isn't it, for you? Is it 6 a.m. in the morning? I could be wrong about that, but it's just great people joining from across the world, and it's just so lovely. It really is. And hopefully support. So Mani, is that Laura? I'm not great remembering people's names, so do forgive me if I yes, obviously I can't put names to faces because we don't always have faces in this way, but I know that you're there and that lovely presence. It is 6 a.m. Wow, that is serious commitment. What a way to start the day. It's fantastic. So yes, we're gonna be doing a special fold. As I was saying, I think origami is such a lovely way of just encouraging you to focus on the here and now, what you can do with very little. And I think most of all, also really admire the creativity of others too. And I'm so glad, Melvin, that you're valuing the community. Me too. It's a lovely way of bringing people together, isn't it? Folding, and you've encouraged me as well. And that's what we do for each other. That's what community is. Seb, lovely to have you. Thank you for coming along too. So this week's really exciting. Delighted with this because I recently met Peter Buchan-Symons, and he's a young emerging origamist, and young compared to me. He's young, and has been doing origami, he said, since he was 8, and has been a member of the British Origami Society for all that time as well. So really has been living and breathing origami as his passion. And he lives here in Oxford, which is where I do too. So very kindly got in touch, keen to sort of collaborate and support each other. I totally agree. And it was just wonderful to meet up in person. So we met outside in a park, and he very kindly shared with me, Penny, well done, it's great to have you here. Very kindly was happy, or was suggested he'd be very happy to let me share a fold from his book, which is an incredible book. Obviously it's Christmas themed, obviously how appropriate, and it's a mixture of some traditional folds and also his own, and they're fantastic. So I normally, I have to say, struggle generally with books and diagrams, but I thought it was so lovely and so beautifully done that I managed to do everything, which is good going from diagrams. It's very nice, very friendly. And I then picked out one which was traditional, which will be next week, that I really love, and also one of Peter's own designs, and checked with him, and he's very happy to let me share. It's a beautiful book. You'll be able to see it online as well. If you have a look under the video that I've done, you'll be able to go to a link. Might be worth considering getting one of them. Very reasonable as well. But the Santa was what I really liked, and this whole idea of this book. Adrienne, welcome as well. The whole idea of this book is that you learn how to fold a card, so it's all through folding, no glue, which has a little pocket, and then you can pop your decoration in that way. And then also even showing how to make the envelope. So there's nothing with glue. I think this is a little bit more of the Western side of just trying to get everything as purist as possible. You don't have to, but it's a brilliant solution, and it's a really neat idea. So I am going to be showing you how to fold your own little Santa with nice little wide open arms, and in the card, and it's got a pocket. So the great thing is you can take it in and out too. So you can swap that around, but it's just very, very cute. So if you have any origami paper that's red on one side and white on the other. Now is your time. I always find this is a time I just use up all these pieces of paper to get a separate one of just red. If you don't worry. You can use red pencil or red pen. Obviously, it could be entirely white, but you won't see the lovely detail. Here's one that I did with felt tip, and you can see it's running out a bit, but it looks really good. I think it looks very effective. So I will show you from. I'm just going to colour in with red pencil. So this, I think, maybe was from a small square, or maybe the square which is from whole A4, so it will get quite small, the card, from the folding. And so later on, if we use actually a big piece A4 to be able to do your card, and we'll do a rough square from there. For the Santa, you'll find if it's the same kind of dimensions as the envelope, it'll end up as the card, it will end up huge. So it could be a bit like this and this, which is fine, but it's a little bit out. So, oh, that's fine. Yes, do check out the book, Jess. So you like diagrams, well done. So I think I'll make the Santa smaller. The Santa will actually be about the size of half of your piece of paper. Anyway. Let's see. Let's just get some paper. We'll start with the Father Christmas, and then we'll make the card afterwards. So this will be slightly longer fold than normal, and I don't normally do actually something as complicated as this. There's a couple of pages. I usually try to keep it as simple as possible, but this is well worth it, and it's very clever, and it's very lovely. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. Excellent. Yes, the need to feel festive, definitely. It's a way of keeping our minds off things a little bit, isn't it, at times, which is a very positive thing. So I am going to grab a piece of paper. I am going to do a smaller square for the Santa, and later on I'll do a bigger one for the card. So here goes. I haven't quite thought out the proportions, but I think actually I'm going to take a rough little square. I'm going to just guesstimate on this one. So I'm just going to take off a strip that sort of size and make a square from that, because I don't want too big a square and I don't want it too tiny, because then you won't be able to see what I'm doing. But have a relatively small square for your Santa and a relatively big one for your card later on. Oh, actually, that could be my card later on. Yes, that's it. Brilliant. So that's going to be for my card. And this one, I'm going to make a little square for the Santa. Yes. All makes perfect sense. Why didn't I think of that before? Yeah, welcome, Deborah. So I'm going to take a little corner and make a square. And this isn't that big a square, because I know otherwise they'll be a bit mismatched. But you're welcome to try whatever size you want. I'm going to remove this area. So turning it over, folding it back. I haven't yet figured out when I'm on leave. Next week I will be folding. That might be the last fold of the year. I'll figure it out. Yeah, can let you know. I won't be folding certainly between Christmas and New Year. I will hopefully be seeing my parents, and yeah, I think it's important to take time off. So I have though put folds every week, so there's still that support there. But it's I think it's good to model that, also looking after my own time, that I do have time off, even though I love this. But it's about that attitude that you're allowed to not be doing things for others all the time as well, much as I love it. It gives me a lot of structure as well, actually, thinking, what do I do each week? So I'm just very quickly colouring red, because it's needed for this design, and actually I'm doing pencil because it's not too dark, which means that you'll see a little bit more what's going on. So maybe you're doing the same if you have a red pencil or pen or felt tip, or maybe you found yourself, if you have some origami paper that's red or reddish on one side, or maybe even green, because traditionally Father Christmas was green, and it was the Coca-Cola branding that turned it to red. But I do love red. Such a nice positive colour, isn't it? Still, I like green as well. Whatever colour it is, it can be good. Okay, I think that will do for my red. Excellent. Oh, hello, Sophia. Welcome as well. Yes, long time no see. Thank you for coming along. Yes. hope all's going well. So I had my red on one side and I've turned it over, and you've hopefully got a diagonal line, and I want you to do the other diagonal line as well. So yeah, we're going to get going on the folding now. And for once, you don't have to ask me which side's the coloured one, because you can now see we're folding on the white side. So our next step is to take the side. Oh, brilliant. You're making lucky stars. Good to hear that, Jess. Taking the diagonal, and I'm going to bring it to that vertical line, like so. So it's going to end up looking like a little ice cream cone. There we go. Oh, IKEA tape measure. Brilliant. How fantastic. Very good. I love how you're using materials that would otherwise end up in the bin and just making them amazing. I think it's really lovely to see how origami can transform that kind of already printed material. You're making your own new patterns. So I'm going to take this diagonal side and bring it to the vertical. That's it. So there we go. So you've got what looks like maybe if we turn it this way up, it looks like an ice cream cone now. Yeah, it could be ice cream with a red cone, maybe a strawberry cone. Are you all with me at the moment? Like so. So we've done these two sides. They meet hopefully nicely in the middle. We're going to do a line from one side to the other up there. And I find it easier to take this bringing back. Oh, yes, you are resourceful, Jess. And that's often the best way, is making do with things. Well, environmentally, it's very good as well, isn't it? I really think you should have a stand of the things you've been making. I'm sure people would love to buy something so unique. Taking the top and bending it back and squashing it down like that. So it's like that. Yeah. Okay, good strong fold. Excellent. Now, if you open everything up like this, opening all those little folded areas, it should be looking like this. Nice shape. I keep on, I'm afraid, checking the diagram because I haven't memorised this yet. There's quite a few moves in it. We're going to take the top corner and bring it to that point there. There we go. And keeping that lined up. Lovely. Like so. So it's coming to that middle point on that line. So it was up there and I just brought that down there. There we go. Lovely. Yeah, I'm sure there's things you can do, Jess, definitely. It's already piling up by the sound of it. Yeah, you have been enjoying the origami. At least the paper, it's easy to pass on. They'll definitely make lovely gifts, and yeah, set up a shop past that. Go for it. I think your beautiful colouring in made into bowls are lovely. So we're going to take this bottom point and bring it up to the top. So we're taking this and folding it up in the middle like so. So it should be looking like this. This is a much more technical piece actually than I normally do. How clever is Peter? That's it. Right. Ready for the next step? Hope you're all there. So next we're going to take the very bottom and we're going to bring it up there in the middle. It will sort of almost overlap on that little triangle there, and squashing it down like so. Is that right? I'm suddenly wondering. Doesn't look quite the same. No, sorry. Step back. Doesn't look right. Let me see. Maybe it is. Doesn't look quite the same as the pictures there. Sorry. Yeah, because normally I make while I'm looking at it, whereas doing it in the screen, it's harder with anything more technical, I find anyway. So I hope I've done this right. Don't know why it's looking different from the image anyway. Okay, so our next step is we're going to take this, how it's sticking up, and make it into, it definitely looks different dimensions. Sorry, I'm looking at this and it's just not looking the same. Let me just check for a moment. Right. Oh. So bringing that down. Sorry about this. I'm bringing that up. Right, sorry everyone. Right, let's go back a bit. Right, open it all up again. I knew something wasn't right. It's it does add an element of complexity looking into the screen, but it's a nice way of doing it because I want to feel that we're across the table together. So, right, just fold it down. Remember that line that we originally did? So that top bit. And then if we bring this up like so, that's it. Just leave it like that. That's perfect. Yeah. Are you happy? Have you got that? So it was lying there down into the middle of that point, and I simply folded it up. That's it. I didn't do anything further. It's now looking right to me. So next, take the point at the bottom and bring it up, and it's going to overlap that white one there. There we go. Great. That looks better. Yes. So hopefully it's looking like this. At least I could see something was off. It was me. And I'm going to take the top bit and fold it down so it's kind of next to that white triangle. Like so. And they should just line up next to each other. It should look like a nice little square. Again, the great thing with paper is you can just check that you're happy with everything there. There we go. Is everyone's looking like that? Are you happy? Do speak up if you're not. Happy. Good morning. Was it Laura? Happy. Good. Excellent. Well, if you can do it, Barbara, at this time in the morning at 6:18, then anyone can. Great. Okay, so I'm going to push that top one down like so. And I'm going to take that corner and bring it back to that line like so. Oh, great. So next, can you see it's a little white triangle there? Great. Glad we're happy out there. So next, we're going to sort of halve this. So we're going to take that bottom line and bring it to that line. It's a lot more technical, isn't it, than I normally do? But it is brilliant and it is well worth the effort. It's a very clever design. Hope I'm doing this right. That's it. You can see there's a little beard and the top of the hat appearing now. Right. I need to see what I'm doing a little bit better than that. So as it is, you should be able to pick that up and roll it up, and then it pretty much matches up with the triangle below. You can see I haven't memorized this yet. And roll it over one last time. So this is the third time. And you end up with a little gap in between. Has everyone managed that? I know that's more steps than I normally do. On to the next page. Yeah, so if it was down there, roll it up again, and then you'll end up with a little gap. That's great. Okay, So our next step is to take the side, that diagonal side, and we're going to line up to that diagonal side. So taking this and lining it up there and squashing it down. Yeah, and the same with the other one. So this diagonal side, lining up to that diagonal side. Here we go. And hopefully, as I said, you can't possibly think about anything else when you're doing something like this. It makes me think of like a Santa envelope at this point. It looks like it, doesn't it? Or a post box or something. Santa post box thing. Okay. Right. Next, hope you're with me. There is also a video that I've recorded as well. So if you do get stuck, you're welcome. Yes, it's Peter who created this. This is one of Peter's designs. He's got other lovely ones in there as well, which are his own designs. He's got his own angel and tree with bucket, which I guess is different colours. Robin, a very cute little reindeer. Yeah, and how to do the envelope and the card as well. So there's lots of things in there. Yeah. No, I don't. So mathematician and background. I am not a mathematician and background. So I am a scientist, but probably more on the artistic side as well. This is artistic too, not to say that's not, but it is very yeah, amazing. That's all I'm trying to say. Right, so next I want you to take this little corner and bring it out. So Peter was very kindly supportive of me sharing. And I'm very happy to do so and celebrate his talent. And I hope, people might support with his book or whatever he will end up doing. I hope lots of origami. That's his wish and his aim. So I support that. There we go. So I brought those corners out like so. Happy? And our next step is to take this and fold back like so. Yeah, I think my own folds have been much simpler, and with traditional fold. The traditional folds aren't always that simple at all. But anyway. Our next step is we're going to take this diagonal line and bring it to that middle point. I'm going to have to see what I'm doing now. I definitely struggle sometimes to do anything more technical to the camera. So you need to see that line that we're going to. Sorry, I think I'm just going to have to do it and then show you. So I was taking that diagonal line and bring it to that horizontal line, like so. Looks like I might have gone a bit high there. Great thing is, as I said, paper, just reposition till you're happy. Right, and I'm going to do the same here. So I'm going to take this diagonal and bring it to this horizontal. It's getting a bit dark here already. I know it's just this time of day. They look a bit different height-wise, don't they? Anyway, curiouser and curiouser. Probably maybe the one's a bit high then. Okay. Right. Happy? So it's taking that diagonal and bring it up to that horizontal line. And we're going to do the same with the top side. So bringing that diagonal to that horizontal. And you'll find that it's leaving actually a little sleeve at one end. And it should fold to a point to the top of the Santa hat. So again, I think I'm going to have to see what I'm doing and then I'll show you. So I took that diagonal side and I brought it to the middle line. I pushed it down and it's going pretty much from the point there. And this will become the little Santa's arms. It is amazing. I agree, Mommy. are really amazing. And it does all neatly come together. I thought it's very sweet. Right, it's a very wide, it's a very overweight Santa at the moment. Excellent. Yes. Oh, glad to be sharing Peter's amazing cleverness. Exactly. I agree. He is. As I said, up and coming and exciting origamist. And actually, he's decided to become a full-time origamist, so the more we can all support him, the better. Yeah, but he's done so many amazing things. Be interesting to see where that develops. So here it is. If we turn now to the back, and in just a moment, we're going to fold from the bottom of this corner, which is a subtle corner, up to the top. So I'm going to fold it from that top bit. Yeah, they look really good, don't they? Down to that point. You will find it actually does surprisingly go quite easily. There's almost a fold line that's already there on the other side. So you will find you'll just start sort of pushing it down that way, and you'll find it will just, hopefully it will just go like that. And if we do the same thing on the other side, so again, taking from that point down to that point, which I know sounds quite difficult to do, but again, you will find it will just push down to that correct point, like so. And actually, at the moment, they can kind of overlap, which actually, I was doing this a few days ago, and someone pointed out, it looks, if you look on the front, it looks like a little Santa doing a yoga pose. Isn't it? It's a little yoga Santa, which is pretty cool. It will change again. These will actually become arms, but they do look rather good, don't they, as that? Okay, sorry, turn back to the back. It was worth spotting. Okay, so are you happy? Have you managed to take both sides and bring them down? Great. I hope so. Do shout if not. Next, we're going to take the bottom of the sleeve and fold it up. Again, it should naturally go, actually. I think it's already using crease lines that are there. It's incredible. Taking the bottom, folding up there. There we go. Right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So actually, with the book, the suggestion, yay, is to, I like that, is to do one side and then mirror image the other. I find I can't in my brain, so I need to be doing both sides at once. So taking the bottom and again bringing it up like so, and again they can just fold over each other. That's it. So you've pretty much got it now. Congratulations. But it doesn't quite look as though its arms are sticking out. It's doing its yoga. So this little arm will end up in a moment popping out to the side. So to do this, taking the end of the sleeve and pushing it down so it becomes like a mountain. So it's going squash that way. And then I'm sort of, I guess, slightly, oh, it's so hard to explain. I think I'm slightly pushing it there and it will stick out. Oh, how do I put that into words right? So it was flat like that. And I took this and I started squeezing so that becomes 3D and kind of working my way down to the bottom of that triangle and then just push out. And that's your first arm. The good thing with the arms is you can sort of reposition till you're happy. We can take a peek on the other side. Look, its little arm has come out. It has worked. So we are getting there. We just need to do the same on the other side. Actually, while we're there, can you see in a moment we want to get rid of the bit that sticks out. So maybe if you just take this side and fold it back inside itself. Maybe that's too much to show you one go. Okay, so it was like this. I could just tuck that underneath itself. Just so that's going to go halfway line. That way they'll match up later on. Okay. Happy? So it's sort of sticking out across the halfway line, and all you can do is fold it back behind itself. So the other side, again, taking the top of the sleeve, squeezing that, so it's sort of a mountain fold, and just gently working your way down, and it should, she says. Oh dear, sometimes I do need to just see what I'm doing. So it was up like that, and I started squeezing that, and you should then be able to push it out sideways. Again, that the arm sticking out. Yes. Ah. Yes. So there is a video of this. So if you look, Jess, on my YouTube channel, I've already added that. Is it? You're finding it hard with the books? Yeah. I myself find YouTube much better because you can pause, you can go back. I kind of see the 3D, whereas it's very hard in a book. But it is a brilliant thing, and it's such hard work. People making books, very special thing. So you're going to take, again, this is sort of sticking out beyond the half, so beyond the halfway line. So I'm going to just take this and just fold it back, just to get rid of the bit that's sticking out. And it means then that when you close them in, they will hopefully match up together. As you can see, mine's not perfect, but it's good enough. I'm happy. That's it. That's it. And if you turn it round, you can see it's a little cute Santa with its arms out to hug. Yes. So there you go. Obviously, it's a little bit paler, my red, but it's actually so that you can have seen things. Has that worked for anyone else? Have you managed to make a little Santa? I will show you as well how to make a card that it can sit in, because actually it's a really nice way of displaying it, but it also shows you can make a really nice card for someone very special as well. So I will show you that as well. It's nowhere near as difficult as the Santa. Oh, good. I'm glad it's right. I love to see your Santas. Excellent. So I'm going to now look through. And so you may be able to, obviously you can buy this, it may be also, you could buy it as a PDF as well, as it's nice as a little book as well. But that's what I'm not going to show you everything from it, because I think for his sake it's important just to, I'm just showing you some of the very good things. Excellent. Yes, exactly. It will get easier as you go. Right, so we're going to make a landscape card. And so to do that, I'm going to use, remember I had a square. This wasn't exact, but it doesn't need to be exact. So get yourself a much bigger square than the Father Christmas, or else you'll have a giant Father Christmas trying to sit in a tiny little card, because this does get much smaller. Okay, so your paper, yes, you want it to be white. Which side is which? You will, oh, I can't think it through. Sorry. Let's just see what happens. Okay, I've got my square, and I'm assuming that you'll have maybe some white paper. I would use just A4 paper. It works, Barbara, that's fantastic. Woohoo! And at half 6 in the morning, that's amazing. What a way to start the day. Right, so this is a bit of a guesstimate. So the top, I'm just going to fold over, and it is just a little guesstimate, so don't worry too much. So I just took the top and I folded it forward like so. That's right. And I'm going to do the same with the bottom, but a bit wider actually. A little bit wider. So something like this. There we go. Happy? So we've got one folded over there. Excellent. Oh. Excellent. Yeah, Stephen, it's quite technical. Hopefully I might have shown it a little bit more clearly on the video. As I said, I've found it a little bit harder for me. It's a bit more technical, but brilliant. I hope I've maybe shown it a little bit more clearly there. You can also rewind this because this will end up being recorded there as well. It definitely needs more practice, but it's really well worth it. It's so cute, so nice. Okay, I've been making a few for very good close family. It's really nice to put in with a card. So our next step now is to turn this over, and the bottom bit, you know how it's a bit wider there, we're going to take this bottom bit and fold it up another tuck so that the tuck matches up to the back of that. Oh, I feel sometimes as if I can't put these things into words. I'll try and show you. So you did have your piece of paper which was tucked over at the top and at the bottom, much wider, a bit wider at the bottom. I turned it round and I took the bottom of the paper and I folded it up so it matched the height of the tuck that you've done, roughly so. And again, good strong fold down there. All right, so it's like that. Happy, everyone? And then now turn to, it depends, Marnie, whether you wanted it colour or not. I can show you the diagram. So actually the diagram, I think, is to show a white card from starting with origami paper. So here we started with the coloured side. I just find it too hard to think through, but I'm a bit like this with origami paper. I find it a little bit hard to think through the steps. So I think this is showing you how to make a white card from a coloured piece of paper. Maybe just try it, and then you can always reverse everything, can't you? Learn through doing. Learn the hard way. Okay, where were we? So we're done that at the back. Now turning to the front, and we're gonna fold a strip here inwards, about that sort of distance. Even this is just an amazing thing. Great. Yeah, it depends, Marnie, whether you're thinking of the right ways for it to be a white card or a coloured card. I would have thought coloured card, but actually this shows you how to make a white card from a coloured piece. So keeping it as it is, we are now going to take this side and fold it over here. As I said, this is much longer session than I'd normally do, so it's a bit of a one-off doing something this detailed. You can see if you wanted to really do it very smoothly, you'd have to practice an awful lot. So that side to this, especially doing things into the camera. Okay, and then opening it up again. So our next step is we're going to be sort of, oh good, I'm glad you're feeling it's all working, Lenny. So we're going to next tuck this side into this side. So I find it a little bit hard with diagrams, but you will find that you can tuck one side into the other. Let me see. Sorry, I feel like I'm very much learning along with you. Okay, let's start at the bottom. Look, you can pop one side into the other. That's good. That works, doesn't it? So that's coming together. Remember, we're making a nice thick card without big Easter glue, so it's all very clever little tucks. So that should tuck in there. And my apologies, Peter, if I've got this wrong. Again, I find diagrams generally tricky, so I am doing my best with what I can do. And for this one up here, you should be able to tuck that one into that one. Can you see? Again, it's only in your own hands that this will work, but that seemed to tuck in. Anyway, it's sort of come together. There's probably even a neater way of doing this still, but I'm quite happy with that. Has that worked for you? Have you managed to tuck one side to the other? So the bottom one I just sort of pushed in, and then up here I found there was a little flap in there that you could tuck over one into the other. Again, it's just through doing really that you'll find it works. Okay. So if we turn this over, Hello, Alberto. No problem. You're just seeing the end of it. We've gone for a whole long technical, but really good making. You'll see it come together, Alberto. Yeah. You can always, this is all recorded, so you can always go back to this as well. So we're going to take the very top and fold it down to the bottom. So just taking that, folding it in half. We're almost there, everyone. In fact, this is your last step. You'll probably need a cup of tea after this. There we go. So turn it round, and you have got a nice little card, which is a good size, and it's got a little pocket at the bottom, and that's deliberate. So if you've got your Santa, I think I guesstimated this about right. So you should be able to tuck your little Santa in there, which actually keeps it all sort of flatter as well. And actually the bits where we folded at the back help it stick out nicely, but it does sit really nicely in a little scene like that. I quite like having it at an angle. It's quite fun. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? And so the whole book actually is different decorations that you can fold that will fit into a card like this, and then even shows how to make an envelope. It's an ingenious idea. Genius. It's amazing. So I hope that's worked for you. I hope you've enjoyed that. What a journey we've been through with this. So I think you'd make these cards for someone you really loved. And we definitely show that. Oh, I'm glad, Alberto. Really glad that you're learning things. We're learning things all the time. As I said, I normally stick to simpler ones, but it's been really good as well for me to push myself a little bit more. Oh, big pokes over the pocket. Oh, so you're kind of a little bit further down, aren't you? Oh, yes, it does. That's great. You're right. Annie, I like that. And yeah, and even if you haven't got the red or the origami paper, a bit of colouring in with felt tips, even if it's running out, that's good, or colouring pencil, you're very welcome. And really big thanks to Peter. I'm sure we're going to see lots more of him over time. He's been inventing so much. So yay, glad it worked. And that can be something to make for a few special people. Probably not all your Christmas cards, or you'd be there for a long time, wouldn't you? Next week, I will actually be back again, obviously, on the Wednesday. And it will be another fold from Peter's book. And glad it was funny. It's always funny to me. Glad you enjoyed it, Melvin. Yeah, I think that the really keen origamists will really enjoy this. People who've had that bit more experience just see those clever folds. So I'll be back with another fold next week. It will be traditional, but from Peter's book, and it's something that I really love from there. And I will figure out, that might be the last one for this month. I will figure out, probably will be, because then it will be the end of term. I will let you know. So I'll keep posted, and I will certainly be taking a break between Christmas and New Year. So there'll either be a break of 1 or 2 weeks. I will keep you posted. Glad you're enjoying them. Excellent. Yeah, I hope that works. And look after yourselves, everyone, and keep doing these nice things to keep up your own spirits and to share with others. Just delighted to hear from people the difference it's made. I think it's a great thing to reach for. Junid, great thing to reach for when you're feeling a little bit down or a little bit lost. Reach for the paper, fold something beautiful, and how can you but smile with that? And we're all so capable. It's just giving ourselves that time and care, and good things grow from that. So, you're welcome, Junid. It's lovely to see you, and hope you can make your own little Santa like that as well. It's a bit of a long one. Yes, bye everyone. It's been a long fold, hasn't it? Take care. Have a good week, and I will see you definitely next week, and we'll figure out where I am then. Okay, take care. Bye. Bye. Thank you.